Hey, this is Kirk. I'm going to do a little video on this Electra Omega X210 guitar. This guitar was made in Japan at the Matsumoku factory in the 70s or early 80s. I'll get into that later though. This factory made a lot of different brands, including Electra, Area Pro 2, Hondo, Greco, Memphis, Vantage, Westone, Univox. And the most famous example, they probably they made the first Epiphone guitars that were not made in America. And it's located in Matsumoto, the town there. Some brands that are still based out of there today is Fuji Jengaki, who make the highest-end Ibanez guitars, and then Gateau, who makes a lot of the nice hardware that you find on those guitars. Any guitar with an F serial number from Ibanez was made in Fuji Gen Factory. And so I used this website here, rivercityamps.com. They have a forum dedicated to Electra. And there's a lot of information there, a lot of people that I don't know how the fuck they figured out what they figured out, but yeah, it's just a wealth of knowledge there that I was able to utilize for this video, and then obviously Wikipedia as well. There was a couple interesting things I found out about this brand, including a couple cool old advertisements here that I'm going to put up. The first one here features Jeff Lynne from Electric Light Orchestra, and then the second one, this guy you might have heard of, Peter Frampton. Obviously, he's known for being a Les Paul guy, so I don't know if Electra came at him. They're like, hey, we got this cool new Les Paul with all these different gadgets in it. How much can we pay you to be in an advertisement? He's like, all right, this is my amount that I need to be paid, and they gave him the money. But if only someone paid me to get this guitar. No, I bought this guitar from a local music store called B-Side Vintage. Now, they have unfortunately gone out of business here. I think, the pandemic coupled with it just being hard to have a vintage music store in 2020's America, it just kind of did them in. But I was able to get it there. And then I've done some research to look for other ones online. There's not a ton, but this Reverb listing from like 5 years ago does feature one. Actually, it's the exact guitar I own here. The serial number matches. It's got the wear in all the same places. It's the same guitar. So I don't know if B-Side bought it from this guy, and then I bought it from them, or there might have been another, maybe there was another person, middleman in there somewhere. But either way, what a small world. So I've estimated this guitar to be dated sometime in between 1977 and 1981. The reasons being, 1976, they had a Gibson-style open book looking headstock. After that, they have what this one has, which is the cool Omega Electra Wave style headstock. And then in 1982, again, they changed the body shape to be much, in my opinion, uglier. It made it less Paul-like and more, I don't know, kind of its own thing. But this one has the best of both worlds, in my opinion. I like the headstock and I like the body shape. It also has a 5-way switch that you can see, and then these big goofy splitters for each pickup, and one master volume and one master tone. Unfortunately, one of these splitters did see its demise under my care, and I had to glue it back together. I mean, just the sheer ridiculous size of them. I don't know how they did. I don't know how it lasted as long as it did, to be frank. But I'm about to run through all the sounds here in the demo portion of the video. Alright, so here I am with the Electra Omega X210. I've got it plugged in here. I can put the details of the rig in the description if you care about that. But we've got it right now. Both of the switches are up. To me, this sounds more like the humbucker position than if I do the first switch down. You can tell it really thins it out quite a bit. Back up. And then the other one, so the, I guess, the neck pickup flipper. It's to me, it's a coil tap sort of sound. It sounds like it's thinning it out, making it sound like only one of the coils is being used versus both of them. And that's with the baritone on 1. So let's go to number 2 now. Baritone is on 2. Back to 1. Back to 2. For me, the setting number 1 is too dark a lot of the time. I like more definition than that. 2 is getting a little closer to where I like it to sound. And then we'll flipper 1. Flipper back up. I don't think it does anything actually in that setting. So it's a mystery what these things do to me, really. If I'm going to be completely honest. And flipper number 2, let's flip it. So again, flipper's up now. Flipper's down. It's that one definitely affects something in number 2 there. That's just so thin. It's like again, it's, you could do an effect, you know, use it as an effect sort of a sound, but it's like super, super high pass filter. It's almost unusable to me as well. Moving on to number 3, I find personally the 3rd setting here is my favorite one to use. Flipper 1 down. Flipper back up. And then I'm going to do the other one. A lot of times I'll do it with flipper 1 up, flipper 2 down on number 3. It's kind of a nice best of mix of both worlds sort of sound, but even number 3 with both the flippers up I like. Moving on to the 4th mode, both flippers up. Flipper 1 down. Really thins it out, you know, so I don't know if they're just coloring flippers or... And this is one where this second one, which I associate with the neck pickup, doesn't really affect it much. So flipper up, flip down. It's very, very subtle if it does anything there. I don't think it does anything. And now we're on number 5 already. And number 5, even with both flippers up, it's way quieter, feels thinner. I'm going to do flipper 1 down now. It's just too, it's so thin. I don't know who wants that. So I keep it on 3 there. If you want to hear a little bit of distortion. Let's see what that number 5 sounds like with the distortion on. There you see, that's where it's usable. You know, it's that quacky sort of out of phase sort of sound. So honestly, it would cut through a mix very well. Let's go back to number 1. super dark, just both flippers up, number 2 here. Almost a single coil, sort of a... I've got flat wounds on it here now, so I mostly use it for jazz, sort of a jazz Les Paul. But yeah, I think that's probably, gives you the vibe here of the sort of thing. Yeah, it's a great guitar. It's not currently for sale. Thanks for watching the video. Like, comment, subscribe, all those sort of things that YouTubers say. And I'll choose another guitar to feature here pretty soon. So thanks for watching. Bye.